Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I will be reviewing the remaining 3 books in the International Booker Prize, and I will be telling you the winner according to my tastes. And I have already filmed the first part of this video where I reviewed the first 3 books in this prize, and I reviewed them and I talked about them, and now I'm going to talk about the other 3 in this shortlist, and then we will see which one is the best. So the first book I finished is A Leopard Skin Hat by Anne Sayre. This is translated from French. I have read this book less than a month ago, and I've already forgot the most of the things about it. What I remember from this book is that this is from an author from the perspective of someone who is talking about, I think, his sister, if I'm not mistaken, and that character has some sort of mental problems, but then they were never mentioned. There was never any plots. There was never anything. So I just was feeling complete apathy of this book. I just gave it 3 stars, but now that I'm thinking about it, I probably deserve less because I remember literally nothing about it. All I remember is that I was bored while reading it, and that's not a good thing when reading something. The next book I picked up is On the Calculation of Volume. This one is the translation from Danish, and this is actually the book that I actually enjoyed. I give this one 4 stars. This is basically about a Groundhog Day, about our main character who wakes up one day expecting it to be the second day, but then she is reliving the yesterday. Everyone around her has no memory of yesterday, which is the day that she has already lived, and they think that it's the first time living that day. And the thing that is different about this book from the other Groundhog Day books is that this one, there is no mistake or nothing really that should be fixed, nothing that she has to achieve before the 19th of April, I think. There's nothing that she has to do. She just lives the exact same day every single day, and she has been trying to fix mistakes, like figure out what's going on, but really nothing is changing, and she's on her own, living the same day over and over again. What I did enjoy about this book is that because she's living the same day over and over again, she's trying to find ways to kind of enjoy her life, or make herself look forward to her days, even though she's living the same day and she has memorized that day until every minute, every second of it, and she's trying to appreciate the little things. She's trying to appreciate the little things in that day, and trying to find some changes in her day, things that she could do in her situation. This is the first book in a series. I don't know how long a series is, but I'm planning on to continue it. It was very short and I really enjoyed it, but very fast. And the last book that I read for this prize is Heartland. I was putting this book off because I haven't had that much luck with this year's nominees, so I was kind of dreading picking it up because I saw that it's a short story collection, and usually I don't really like short story collections, but when I did pick it up, this is about I forgot to mention the name of the book. It's Heartland by Banu Mushtaq. This is translated from Canada, and this is a short story collection about different people in India, different women's lives in India, and we're seeing just their mundane lives and the problems that they go through. We see how people who are in power use their privilege and religion to manipulate movements specifically, and just not give them the best life that they could. And I wouldn't say enjoy this, but I found it interesting. But the thing that I did not like about this short story collection, as I said, I don't really like short story collections. I prefer full-length novels, because I feel like short story collections, whenever I just get into the story, it's done, it's over, and I either want more or I just don't really care. And in this case, because there were so many short stories in this book, at some point they started to feel all like the same. It felt repetitive at some points, and obviously I liked some short stories better than others, so I ended up giving this one 3 stars. So this was a very short review for these nominees, but because I didn't have that much to say and I was complaining about most of them, if I had to talk about the entire prize right now, I would say I did not expect for there to be so many short story collections and so many really small books. I expected there to be more variety because I feel like the majority of this year's nominees are basically follow the same theme, and I found that kind of repetitive, and it kind of nearly put me in a reading slump because I felt like I was forcing myself to read certain books. Overall, some books I just felt complete apathy. I didn't really care. I didn't hate them, but I didn't like them. I was just reading them just to read them. And if I had to choose one winner, obviously I think it's going to be very obvious because it's the only book that I talked in a good way about. It's On the Calculation of Volume. If I had to choose a second book from my list, it would be On the Calculation of Volume, followed by Under the Eye of the Big Bird, followed by Perfection. And the others are all in the bottom, not because they are bad books, just because I personally didn't enjoy them as much. And so I would say, but I don't think, for some reason, I don't think this would be, On the Calculation of Volume would be the winner. I think it might be Perfection. So unfortunately, this prize hasn't been very successful for me. So I will see you in another video very soon. Hopefully I can talk about books that I'm actually excited about. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.